Hey everyone, welcome back to Coach Doc Ministries. In today's video, we're joining in on the sermon from Coach Doc about creating good in the world. It's going to be a good one. Let's get to it. Good morning everybody. As always, let's start our day with a moment of prayer. Praise to you, Adonai our God, creator of the universe, who encourages us to engage with the words of Torah. Our text today is from Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Usually when a sermon starts with this verse, it's typically about evolution versus creationism, or some sort of science versus religious nonsense. We're going a different route today. We're not going to talk about God creating or the creation process at all in this story. Rather, we're going to talk about you creating. Come on, Doc. I hear you saying, I can't create a physical universe like God. That's true in a literal sense. But as you already know, literal interpretation of the Bible isn't really what we do here. You do create your own world. In fact, I would argue you create two worlds every day. Follow me to Genesis 1:27. So God created human beings in his own image. In the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them. What does this really mean? In the divine image. It means we should try to imitate God. Our tradition teaches, as God creates, we can create. Since we are created in the image of God, which means like God, we are also creators. We create our own worlds every single day. Notice I said worlds, plural. Look back at Genesis 1:27. The Torah teaches that both men and women are made in the divine image. You see, when you look in the mirror, you see the reflection of God. And when you look at another person, you are also seeing the reflection of God. These are the two worlds we create each day, the internal to ourselves and the external to others. If we take a deeper look into Genesis chapter 1, we see what God created was good. Verse 3 and 4, God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. And God saw the light was good. Verse 9 and 10, God said, "Let the waters beneath the sky flow together into one place, so dry ground may appear." And that's what happened. God called the dry ground land and the waters seas. And God saw that it was good. Verse 12, the land produced vegetation, all sorts of seed-bearing plants, trees with seed-bearing fruit. Their seeds produced plants and trees of the same kind. And God saw that it was good. Verse 17 and 18, God sets these lights in the sky to light the earth, to govern the day and night, to separate the light from the darkness. God saw that it was good. Verse 21, God created sea creatures and every living thing that scurries and swarms in the water, and every sort of bird, each producing offspring of the same kind. God saw that it was good. Verse 25, God made all sort of wild animals, livestock, small animals, each able to produce offspring of the same kind. God saw that it was good. Verse 31, God looked over all he had made, and he saw it was very good. The common theme here is creating good. Creating good. How do we go about creating good worlds each day? Let me take you to this angle. The book of Mark tells us, when the rabbi was asked, which is the most important commandment? He responded, the most important commandment is this: Hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord is one. You must love the Lord your God with all your heart, your soul, and your mind, and all your strength. The second is equally important. Love your neighbor as yourself. No other commandment is greater than these. Love. Love is the good that we can create in our own world and in the world of others. Love your neighbor, love yourself. These are the two worlds you create every day. What is love? You can go to a Christian wedding, Jewish wedding, you can even go to a secular wedding, and you'll hear this definition. 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 8. Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable, and it keeps no records of being wronged. It does not rejoice about injustices, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance. So I ask you, what worlds are you creating? Let's start with the internal. What is it you tell yourself? Each day, we have an internal dialogue with ourselves where we create the world within. Is it full of positive or negative talk? Let's go through the criteria. Love is patient and kind. We are all trying to change. We're all trying to be better people. Are you constantly demeaning yourself? Tell yourself you're no good? Be patient. Tell yourself change is one day at a time. Change is frequently a slow process. Have patience with yourself to allow for that positive change to occur. You will get there, but it often takes time. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. Do you respect yourself? Do you look in the mirror and tell yourself how fat or how ugly you are, what a loser you are? Who you are is much more important than what you look like. Don't allow yourself to be jealous of someone else's looks, career, life. Live your life. Don't try to be someone else's. Love does not demand its own way. It is not irritable. It keeps no records of being wronged. Do you have a running list of all the times someone's hurt you? Do you have a log of every single time someone glanced at you wrong or someone spoke rudely to you? Do you use that mental list to continually reinforce to yourself what a horrible person you are? Let go of grudges and forgive. Let me emphasize that forgiveness. Not just forgive others, but forgive yourself. Far too often, the people who need to be forgiven in our lives is us. No one is perfect. We all make mistakes. Forgive yourself. Love does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices when the truth wins out. Are you constantly looking for people to work against you? Seeking confirmation? No one really likes you or the world is set against you? We all have moments of conflict in our daily lives. Interactions with people who are rude, impolite, who treat us unfairly. Take these in stride. Now, don't allow abuse. That's different. But don't let every disrespectful interaction become the focus of your day. Allow yourself to focus on the high moments of your day, all the positive interactions, instead of the lows. Love never fails. Speaking negativity into our lives creates a toxic environment where we think the worst about ourselves. Every rude glance or thoughtless comment reinforces that negative image that we're creating. Speak positive. It has the opposite effect. You create a positive self-esteem, positive self-worth through the internal dialogue you have with yourself every day. Learn to see yourself as made in the image of God. This change of perspective will create a whole new world and how you interact with others. A good and better world. Let's use that same criteria to go through the external world you create. What good do you bring into the world? Love is patient and kind. Most of us have people in our life, family, co-workers, the guy on the bus, the lady behind us at checkout. All these people in our lives, we definitely need to be more patient. Be kind to all the people in your life, even those who are not always kind to you. Treat everyone with dignity and respect. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. Are you polite to everyone? Not just your friends, but are you polite to all the people you meet? Slow down. More often than not, we are the most rude when we are in a hurry. We all feel rushed. Work to overcome those moments. And remember, sometimes a smile can lighten up someone else's day. Love does not demand its own way. It is not irritable. It keeps no records of being wrong. Do you let go of grudges? Do you forgive others? Do you seek out reconciliation? Forgiveness is powerful and is often the first step in healing. Be open to forgiving and moving relationships forward, not holding them in the past. Love does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices when the truth wins out. Sadly, there's way too much injustice in the world today. Way, way too much. Are you working to create a more just world? In your day-to-day interaction with all the people in your life, how do you treat them? Do you treat people with fairness and honesty? Do you treat people the way you want to be treated? Don't treat people differently because of some arbitrary nonsense like skin color, or gender, or religion. All people are equal and all people have dignity. All people deserve equal respect and opportunity. By gazing into the face of another human being in its endless variety, we come to glimpse the face of God. Love never fails. Learn to see the people around you as made in the image of God. This change of perspective will create a whole new world for you and how you interact with others. A good and better world. In summary, like God, we create our own worlds, internal to ourselves and external to others. Internally with our thoughts and externally with our actions. As God created good, we too can create good through love. Love yourself and love your neighbor. So I ask you, what worlds are you creating? I hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, like and subscribe if you'd like to see more of this type of content. If you have specific topics you'd like to see covered, please leave a comment below and we'll work to address them in upcoming videos. Thank you.